Hello, myself Bhul Ramakrishna. Here, basically, we are talking about another topic, that is city creation. In this, basically, we are talking about the lava and sand, basically. So, one of the person told that basically that Reliance Industry, basically, the each and every suit, basically, which is available in the store, basically. We will take one more, basically, example. This is Marks and Spencer. Then, basically, VIMAL, Vimal suits and pant, coat or pant, basically. See, basically, this all coat or pants basically are there of the Reliance, of the Vimal, basically. So one of the person told that ये जो है किस लावा से बना है, this suit basically and this suit basically, this whole suit you can see, yes, basically I can see Raymond's group, basically Raymond's groups suits, basically ये जो सूट है, this suit basically of the Raymond group, basically this suit basically this suit you can see, yes, I can see this suit. This suit is basically created from which lava area, basically? So like Marks and Spencer, Raymond's groups are there, then the Bombay Diana is there, Bombay Diane suits. See, basically suits and pant shirt is there, basically. See, basically this ladies also basically is there. See, basically this you can see, yes, basically. So this all basically created from which data, basically? So the group basically who know, that are this group basically, they given the data to each and every company, basically. That basically directly basically they can't access this group, basically, that are the Raymond group, Marks and Spencer group. They basically directly they can't access this group, basically. This groups gives the data to the nuclear power company groups according to the requirement, basically given by the Raymonds, Marks and Spencer, Vimal, then the Bombay Dians. They give the requirements that we want this type of data, basically. So according to that, basically they prepares the data. Whatever requirement basically they might have given, they prepares the data with the help of the set of cities and the set of words combination, basically. Then basically they gives the data to the companies, basically, and then basically they say that basically okay, basically we got our data, basically, and these groups basically keeps the control of each and every data, basically. Whatever things you are wearing, for example, this specs is created from which word, basically. This glass basically is created from which word. This cap basically is created from which material, basically. That data these groups only basically have. So this connects to the one of the project, basically, that is data science project, basically. And this basically groups we might be having that project, basically. That is if the person basically is going to give, so I will take one negative point and one positive point. For example, we want to damage that person's head, or basically whatever hand, basically, or basically any of the topic parts, basically. So currently what he's wearing, basically, that data basically we can take from the power supply, they taken it. Then which data basically we will send that, basically said, so that basically he will, his energy basically convert to the body damage. That was negative point. And the positive point basically was, assume that basically that person basically eye was paining, basically. So they basically collected the data, basically, which currently he was basically having, and they basically repaired that data basically. So that was positive point basically. So this group basically have the data science project basically. This data science project basically is telling that is basically data science project connected with the medical industry basically. The medical industry is basically having that project basically. That project says that basically that currently basically what is the matter with that connects to the information of the disease also basically, you can say that currently what is basically is data basically. For example, doctor says that basically patients told that basically yeah my head basically is paining and my hand basically is also paining, but since many time basically. So they told that basically do one thing, check the blood cells basically and give me the report basically. Then basically they got the report and the report says that basically these all are the reason basically. This all blood cells basically was damaged due to certain reasons, but the reasons basically they don't give basically. Reason it's connected with the business, that's why that is the medical business basically. So they basically don't share the data basically. They don't share the data, but the data basically they shares basically is few basically blood group basically shares the medical also medicine information also, but few basically don't share it. They basically says that basically you have to collect the data according to the blood cells report basically. So like this basically they prepare the combination of data, that is blood cells, and then basically they do each and every stuff basically. So you can just imagine basically the dangerous thing basically. This groups has already prepared basically. So these groups are basically set of universities basically. If I search basically what is the Oxford University group, you will never able to get that basically. Why? Just a minute. Oxford University groups. They will never give. Why? Because it's a secret na basically. They are basically, but they basically never shares the secret basically. That is the main thing. Christmas might be affected these hours basically. So university is open basically, but Christmas basically Christmas days basically, Christmas day basically might affect these hours basically. So Christmas day means today is the Christmas day basically. So that's basically the things basically, right? Oxford of England basically, university group basically. So this group basically will never share the info. Why? Because it's very secret na basically. It's very secret basically. Why? Because you see the information basically. 1,000 crore planets basically. So it's not so easy basically. So Earth planet basically will come into the trouble basically if this type of information basically are getting leaked basically. But who can do the things basically? The people who know basically, that group only basically can do na basically. The group basically who can understand this basically, that group only basically can do the damages basically. So knowledge only basically creates and knowledge only basically damages the thing basically. That basically is the word basically. Knowledge, if you use the knowledge in the good way basically, then you can repair that thing basically. Otherwise basically it's damage only basically. So like this basically things are basically there. So this group basically have the data basically, damage and repair group basically. So according to that basically they handles the situation basically. So you can just imagine basically this data basically, these groups also basically gets the data from this group. Raw material basically, you can say they basically, these groups only basically, because this group basically don't know what is word, what is paragraph, which kind of paragraph has to create it for the MBA energy basically. MBA book is there. That book is prepared by the set of groups and that which is approved by the Oxford University group basically. That is the group basically which is approved, because MBA basically contains how many books basically? Thousands of books basically might be contained. So each and every books basically one university basically can't approve the thing basically. So, but final approval basically this group only basically have to do. That is 100% sure. So for books creation basically, final approval basically these groups only have to give. So like this basically things are basically there. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about the lava creation.